Hello everyone, welcome to This Week in TRS-80 for the 16th of January 2019. In this series I answer people's questions about TRS-80s that they've emailed to me to try and help everyone else out if they're having similar problems. So if you've got a question that you want answered in the form of a video, email it through. First questions come from Eugene in Washington. He's got a Model 3 which is missing its Model 3 nameplate along the front. He's also got a Model 4 which the nameplate has gone yellow, and it's a 128K Model 4 and it says 64K on the RAM badge. So he's asking if they make, how we would go about getting replacement nameplates. It turns out a gentleman in Maryland called Jay Newith makes replacement nameplates and memory size badges for those computers. I've got some here to show you what they look like. They are pretty good. Yeah, so oops, there we go. So we've got the Model 3 ones there, the Model 4 ones there. They just stick on. He also makes the 64K RAM badges and some 128K RAM badges. So have a look for his email address at the end of this video, and he can help you out with those replacement badges to, you know, pretty up your computer, make it look nice. They're not terribly expensive. I think they range between sort of $5 and $10 each. Okay, second questions come from Frank in Arizona. He's asking about CPM file transfers. He's got CPM running on his Fred. He's mainly interested in the CPM operating system, so just some general information for those interested to know about it. There's a program on the CPM image on the Fred called MDM730, which is a modem program. It's also got X-modem file transfer built into it, so if you set up a X-modem connection between a PC using a null modem adapter and a between your Model 4 and a PC, and then run a comms program like Terraterm on your PC, you can establish a RS-232 connection between the two and transfer files that way fairly easily, though it is a little laborious because you have to do one at a time. So that's one way to run that. The other thing that is worth pointing out is that CPM, as supplied by me, doesn't actually have the MBasic interpreter on there. So if you're trying to run basic programs, you need the MBasic interpreter, so that can be picked up from archive.org, or if you have trouble finding that, just drop me a line. Okay, and various people over the years have asked me about the Model 4D disk drives, which are the disk drives in the Model 4D computer. They're different to the rest of the Model 4s. I've got one here to show you what they actually are like. So they are a half-height double-sided disk drive made by TEC, code number FB502, and for Tandy they obviously put a full-height front panel on them in order to fit within the full-height holes already in place inside the Model 4 case. The problems with these drives are, there is one major problem which affects most of them sooner or later. The electrolytic capacitors on there, so mainly this one here and these ones down here, are not very good quality, and they tend to leak out, and when they leak out they damage the traces on the board, and so an otherwise good working 4D disk drive will just suddenly stop working for no apparent reason. So if you have these drives, it's worthwhile getting them out and checking these electrode caps. Check all around it with a magnifying glass and look to see if they're leaking, and replace them if you can. If they've stopped If your drive is stopped because the leaking has damaged the traces, you're going to have a bit of work ahead of you. You've got to pull the capacitors out and probably some of the surrounding components and survey the damage on the traces and attempt to repair them. It can be done, but it's a lot of work. Best to check your drives have not got this problem before they fail out on you altogether. So if you've got any other questions for the TRS-80, drop me a line. I'll attempt to get to them in the next video. So remember to like this video, and if you want to make sure that you hear from me every time I post a new one, remember to ring the bell.